So Jorge Masvidal is basically doing a John Jones move by going on Twitter and denouncing the UFC, mad because he's not getting what he feels like he's worth. So he writes on Twitter, "If I'm not worth it, let me go at ESPN. Why make me fight for half of what I made on my last fight because the other dude can't draw? Don't tell me about a pandemic when reports today show highest stock market has ever been. Everybody getting back to work and you buying an island. Stop playing us and the fans. Hashtag the awakening." Then he says, "History lesson for all the new fans that might have just started following my beautiful sport. 16 years I've been at this. Never once turned down a fight. Asked to go fight number 3 at the time in his hometown across the pond after a year off. KO of the Year nominee. Asked to fight number 5 at the time, and let's be real, didn't have to fight him. Fastest KO in the history of UFC. Message, I am asked to fight 3 different guys, and I say yes to all 3. I fought in backyards, and those dudes never disrespect me the way I'm being now." Then he puts a tweet saying, "If you're good at something, never do it for free." Watch the company men and the UFC White Knights come out and condemn my train of thought. You'll quickly see who's in their pockets. Dana White had a pre-fight press conference, and they pretty much told him Jorge Masvidal said these tweets, and he said he saw some of them as well, and he had this to say.
I don't know. Listen, we're going through some weird times right now. I mean, I just saw Masvidal saying, I want more money. It's like the whole fucking world is losing their minds right now, man. It's crazy. So I don't know.
I was going to ask you on Masvidal. What do you make of that? I mean, obviously it's just happened.
I think everybody wants more money. I think everybody wants more money. I mean, in all these other sports, you have, and Masvidal says you got enough money to buy islands. Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time. I did not buy an island. Okay, we did not buy an island, and the reason we're doing the island is so that fights can go on and these kids from Europe and the rest of the world can make money and can work. So I think a lot of people are really I don't know if it's frustrated and confused or what the situation is right now. These other sports are trying to figure out negotiations how people will play for half the money they were going to play for before. And some of these other sports might not even go this year the way that it's looking. Who knows? So people are losing their minds. Listen, I said it when we were going through the pandemic and the media was asking me, well, what if fighters are worried and don't want to fight? Well, you don't have to fight. Anybody that doesn't want to fight doesn't have to fight, including Masvidal and John Jones and all these other guys. And it doesn't have to be because of a pandemic. These guys are independent contractors. This isn't like the NFL where I can make you come to practice and you do this, or you're going to get fined, or you're going to get this. These guys can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. I had a big, thing the other day with a reporter about fighter pay. They can come out and tell you what they make any day of the week. They can do any of that stuff. These guys can do whatever they want. So they don't have to fight. And we're not begging people to fight. We're offering fights because in our contract, I have to give you 3 fights a year, right? I owe you 3 fights a year. You have the ability to turn them down and not take them, so they can do whatever they want.
So Jorge Masvidal sees that and responds saying, "Please don't compare us to these other leagues. I wish we could negotiate for less pay like the other leagues where the players get half the revenue they generate. We're negotiating from 12% to maybe 18% of the revenue we generate. We're negotiating down from way under." Then he says, 50% of the revenue, I don't get paid on the hot dog you sell in the arena or the logo on the cage. I've never made $1 on a ticket you sell. I get punched in the face for a living, and even I know the pandemic or what's left of it has nothing to do with it. Then he retweeted a tweet that's basically showing the splits in terms of money between the different organizations. It says, let's say the UFC is worth $4.2 billion. They pay their fighters 16% of that. The other 84%, $3.5 billion, goes to the UFC. NFL is 47-53 split. NBA is 50-50. NHL 50-50. UFC is 16-84. He says, I don't know nothing, but one of these things is not like the other. Then he says, I'm not an independent contractor. If I can't go anywhere else to make a living, let me go and let me see if I'm worth it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Jorge Masvidal is overreacting, or you think he has a point like John Jones? That's it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one.